And welcome along to the highlights from day 10 of the World Snooker Championships. So today, round 2 came to a conclusion. We've got our 8 quarter-finalists, but first of all, let's reflect on the day's play. Kyron Wilson certainly lived up to his nickname, the Warrior, as he trailed in the first 2 sessions against Barry Hawkins. He was, in fact, 6-1 down at one point, but he dug deep and fought back to win 13-11 in an absolutely incredible match. He left the arena to a standing ovation. He now faces Dave Gilbert next in a rerun of the German Masters final.
Bit of a chase all the way through for me. Got off to a bit of a bad start, but you know, when you look at the way Barry was playing, he was playing like Superman for the first session. So it was a big frame, you know, the last of that first session to come out 6-2. It gave me, you know, a little bit of hope. And I just knew I had to sort of stick to my task and slowly try and chase him down.
Today I come out and I just probably didn't make the most of my opportunities like I was yesterday. And, you know, Kyron stepped up a level and he was potting some fantastic balls and he made some great clearances, you know.
I just had to keep sort of winning mini sessions and obviously towards the end now I was on autopilot and yeah, probably played the best snooker I've played in the Crucible, you know, my whole career.
And whilst that was going on, in similar style, 2-time runner-up Ali Carter, who was 5-1 and 9-7 down across the first 2 sessions, came back and won 6 frames on the spin to beat 21-year-old Zhou Yulong. Another incredible battle, and the captain is on board for the quarter-final.
I was a bit disappointed to relinquish the lead, going 5-1 down and then 7-6 up, played some really good stuff. Got 2 snookers in a frame and one on a respot. Then I cleared up, done a mad clearance to win another frame, and then I lost the last 3. And I felt like I've come out to session 4-all. I'm no better off, but I felt that I gave it away to a certain extent. But today I thought, right, let's just get out there. And I won the first frame, which was key. And then I started playing really well in the middle of the match there. And then in the end, in the last frame, it's just all about one ball at a time getting over the line.
Well, now on to 2 more matches featuring 2 former world champions and 2 former finalists. So Ding Junhui and Judd Trump battled it out for a place in the quarter-final. So Judd Trump took the first session. Ding Junhui took the second, winning 8 of the 10 frames along the way. He was on the front foot going into the 3rd session. And we're going to join in the 3rd session. Judd's actually won the first 4 frames of the evening to lead 11-9. We join in the next frame. Judd's at the table, no score.
Yeah, but that was, well, hang on a minute. It was a risk. Is he on the pink? It was a calculated risk. And it's very tight as to whether he can get to the potting angle. He may be able to.
Oh, this is a tough shot. This has to be cued very, very well. Brilliant.
The shot on the red to open the bunch was absolutely incredible because everything was tied up and he thought, I'm going to risk this. I know I'm going to scatter the reds, but I might somehow just drop on the pink or get through for the blue.
8.
I mean, have a look at this shot that he's just pulled off. There's no colour available. He thought I might be able to make something happen. Well, he's certainly done that.
Pink clearly available to the left corner pocket. Black out of commission at the moment. A wonderful chance to win that. I think it's a very important frame in this match tonight. Didn't really want to be high on the pink there. There's a red one to the sort of right and above the black spot. It's the same pocket. You can stun across. You see the one to the right of your screen. It's just not the most straightforward chance at the moment.
20.
Blue looks like it's only available to the right centre pocket. So not a lot of options, really. Oh, a full ball cannon this red would be nice.
21.
Perfect.
$26.
This is the sort of snooker he produced in the
27.
Masters. When he beat Mark Selby 6-2. Semi-final he beat Neil Robertson 6-4, and the final he beat Ronnie O'Sullivan 10-4.
$33. 34.
That's a good shot. He got up, changed his mind, and then decided to run through for that red to the left of the blue. So that's the way to do it. If you're not sure in your mind, get up off the shot and clear everything, and then get down and play the shot that you feel is the correct one.
Yeah, the fact that he played for that
41.
red. Well, he's getting down to look at this red. I was just about to say, it tells me that this red doesn't go, but he's having a good look at it. Certainly goes to the left half of the pocket as we look at it. He'd love to get rid of that red because obviously that, well, it clears the pink to all four pockets, both middles and both corners. And that makes this break a lot easier.
46.
Well, we know it's tight. As long as he's got a little bit of room to go in off the left jaw here.
Oh. 47.
Wow, he almost missed the red.
Yeah, I think but for the new cloth and the cushions, that may have stayed out, that red.
53.
Well, it doesn't
54.
matter how much time you spend on the practice table. If you can't get out onto the match table, you can't pot anything. And he's been kept off this table with this performance. This has been
60.
sensational stuff that Ding's had to face here.
Needs an angle in the next colour because nothing pots after this red. And that looks pretty good. Love
61.
to just flick away that red. It's to the left of the four.
Still needs one more red to make absolutely sure of the frame.
Well, the red for the frame
67.
was easy, but we're going to see the first centre of this match. Those two reds have gone awkward near the black cushion.
Yeah, just check the scoreboard there. Oh, Ding knows that this frame has slipped away. Playing the pink right-handed. It would be some effort here to make a century break with the ball sitting like this.
74.
Yeah, the two reds that have gone in the black cushion, I don't know if they're available to the left corner pocket.
$75.
Well, if he could cannon the black here when potting the pink, he'd be okay. Well, he could cannon the red, which is even better.
81.
Well, that's brought another red into play. Where have they gone?
82. Big ball.
There's a good kiss in the red. Well,
88.
this needs some pot along the black cushion. It's got a chance. It's got a chance. What a pot. And the perfect angle in the blue to try and take the last red out.
Can he miss the black and get the red? Of course he can. What a shot he's played here. Oh, where's the blue
going to
going?
go?
Oh, it's on the... We're getting
Quietly,
excited
please.
here. We want to
94.
see the first century in this match.
Can he get through to the red? What a shot! Well, I've had to wait a long time. The 21st frame we've had to wait for a century break from these two, the best
98.
break builders in the game. Yellow for the first 100. Fabulous
100.
break.
$103.
That's 63 centuries in this year's Betfred World Championship. 86. Doesn't matter if the white goes in. Doesn't
Foul,
matter
danger
at
number
all
4.
about that. He continues where he left off. Ding Junhui just didn't have a chance. And with that magnificent century break, Judd Trump now leads by 12 frames to 9. He only needs one more to get into the quarter-final.
Great play from Judd Trump there, the first century of the match. Well, into the next frame we go. Ding's at the table. He's on a break of 40, but he's trailing by 10.
And he's forced it. Is he going to be lucky? He is. The yellow coming to the rescue.
Danger no 40.
He tried to force that white up, and the pink, the angle didn't seem to be there. So he's 10 points behind, and you'd think whoever pots the yellow will win the frame. And if Judd was to win it, the match. Now that has made a big difference, the blue going safe. That's to Judd's advantage because he only needs the yellow, green and brown, being 10 in front. If he potted yellow, green and brown, he'd be 19 in front. That's a pretty good shot there, though. Just a little bit sticking out. But the most difficult safety shot on the table, full length of the table with the object ball near a cushion. Difficult to just skim off that. It's amazing how he cues across the ball, Judd. It looked like he was going to miss the yellow completely when he was queuing up, but that's the way he's always played. That's just natural. You look, you think he was going to miss the yellow to the left, and watch as he delivers the cue. It straightens up. He must never have any snooker lessons, because that is a natural way of playing. If he did, may not be the same player.
Just not straight enough in this yellow. Ding Junhui to drop the cue ball in behind the blue. Well, now it's a good shot. But for a moment, the cue ball was going to go in the pocket.
This could be the chance. This cuts in, and as long as he keeps the white away from the right middle pocket, he'll come around onto the green, you would feel, if he gets it thin enough. And he's played this perfectly by the looks of things. As long as it misses the brown, he's got a chance. That looks like it could be a match winner. Just the brown needed.
I wonder what Ding Junhui will see next season, because it's been a long time since he's been considered a contender for one of the big events. I thought he would win this World Championship at some stage.
Checking the scoreboard, in or over, just roll the blue to the pocket. If it goes in, terrific. If not, leave it right in the jaws. That's what he's done, and that looks good to me.
14.
Isn't he a happy player? I mean, what a performance here this evening against Ding Junhui. Ding Junhui comes forward to congratulate Judd Trump. He led 9-7. He never got a look in this evening. Judd Trump was sensational, and he's taken all the frames to beat Ding Junhui by 13 frames to 9.
Yeah, over the moon with that. Obviously, couldn't have sort of dreamt up a better scenario to sort of come back against Ding, such a classy player. I knew I was going to have to play somewhere near my best, and the way I've been playing all tournament, I've been struggling. Sort of, I think I've probably played the worst of anyone left in the tournament. So obviously a little bit disheartened going into that last session, but I put in a lot of work on the table, practicing hard before the last session, put in a good few hours, and it kind of just paid off. I think I just went out there with a different mindset, just telling myself that obviously I've worked so much for this, and I went out there with the mentality that I can't possibly lose. So I think for me, everything just went right today. It kind of clicked, and yeah, just to beat Ding, obviously 9-7 down, very, very happy with that.
Well, a huge congratulations to Judd Trump there. He makes his 6th Crucible quarter-final. OK, now on to this evening's match between John Higgins and Stuart Bingham, two players that know exactly what it takes to win this tournament. So it was all even after the first session. It was all level after the second session as well. So we're going to pick up in frame 19. Bingham is on a break of 51. Our commentary comes from John Virgo and Alan McManus.
Well, just decelerated on it, as I was just talking about him and the hard work he'd put in, and then he misses. Well, if you put that up 100 times and said pot that black, he wouldn't miss it. And you can see, hurt that one. It'll hurt even more if John Higgins steals the frame. Similar situation this to the last frame, where John Higgins was given a chance. He didn't take it.
Eight.
Beautifully struck. And as John said, it's following a similar pattern to the last frame where John made 54. 46 it was, he made a break of on the comeback trail and just ran out of position on the last black up to yellow.
16.
Very similar situation, one red on this black cushion, John.
The subtle difference is the yellow and green
17.
weren't on the spots. They were near the baulk cushion, and that's why he snookered himself. If he can cope with these reds in the open, the colours will be at his mercy. Only the pink's not on its spot.
I think he's just thinking whether to take this red now, the difficult red. No, he's deciding against it. The perfect angle, but yeah, with these three reds here, he'll get another, at least one,
24.
probably two chances to play nice on it.
$25.
He can play for it again this time. He's going to have to play it sometime. He's going to win the frame at this visit. Leaving himself an angle where he doesn't have to play it with too much pace. If it's tight to the cushion, it's
32.
easy, but it's just off the cushion. Gotta treat it with respect. Ah, but no problem.
33.
These two reds just covering one another for the right corner as we watch this red again. No doubt about that one going in. Just got to adjust the pace of this correctly. Kiss on the red will help, and he's got it.
40.
Yeah, he's looking ahead as well, crucially. That might be crucial. He won't need the pink.
$41.
This has to be cued nicely to get the cue ball up high enough. You see, forcing it. Well played.
We always say there's
48.
certain frames that can turn matches. Could this be the one to swing it in John Higgins' favour?
$49.
Well, left himself a little bit to do with this black. Stewart, well, he was in amongst the balls. I don't know how he missed the black. Right in the heart of the pocket. Does he handle pressure? as good as anybody that's ever played the game.
56.
I was just about to say the same thing, John. Can't help but marvel at some of the clearances John's made down the years.
58.
Famed for it. Here's another, probably in the offing. See, he should have cleaned up in the last frame, but for a very difficult positional shot off the last black to yellow. That was just
61.
inches off the baulk cushion, with the green in the way as well. So just the blue then, brown and blue.
$65.
Well, he's thrown this away and he knows it. It's funny, John only needed the blue, but he went round and made certain he landed on the pink. He didn't want to be messing around with his opponent needing a snooker, so just drop the pink in. What a steal, what a mistake from Stuart Bingham. John Higgins leaves the arena, leaves Stuart Bingham to stew in his seat. Frame was his, but it went to John Higgins. Now 10-9.
What a steal there from John Higgins. Well, let's head into frame 20. Higgins is trailing 67-20.
Not easy to find this red, find the gap in and out of baulk with the red. That's a super shot. That's a corker. Beauty. No heroics here, just push the red to the side cushion. Willie rides for the cross double this time. I think almost certainly he will.
They see him, eyeing it up. You feel, or he will feel, the only red he can leave is the one he's playing. So it's a cross double to the left middle pocket. The only problem is we always say, well, I was going to say, as we always say with doubles, you don't know where they're going to go. If you miss it, he snookered Stuart on all three reds, believe it or not. Where's the red ball going? Over the corner. Now remember, John Higgins comes to the table 47 points behind, 51 remaining. So he needs high value colours. Looks at the scoreboard, he'll be working out. What do I need? What do I need to play for? Well, he'd love to play for the black, but it's risky. Need a good line and length. Blue would be easier.
One.
I wonder if there's a possibility the pink will go in the green spot if he pots this. If it does, it would probably suit John. Playing on the left-hand red, obviously, because I don't think John will know. Well, the pink will go in the green spot, looking at that. This is now a chance. This is a tremendous chance. Okay, the green's tough. But a good chance, John, isn't it?
7.
Yes. Particularly if this red goes to the middle. Can he see enough of it? He could. So that could be the big problem here, getting position from yellow to green. Because the green only looks, well, he's just having a look to see if he could possibly get through to the green. It doesn't look like it from our position. I mean, in an ideal world, he'd love to have had an angle on that red and played up for the pink, but that's not the case.
15.
Red and the blue would put him 26 points behind, with 27 remaining. But decided to play for the black.
16.
Now, he'd love to finish in a position where he could pot the yellow and play for the green in the opposite corner. What's he done here? Needs to slow up. Well, it doesn't look
23.
possible, does it, to find a gap between brown and pink? But that's what he's looking at.
Yeah.
Very risky.
Yeah, well, no. John plays this. I mean, he can play for the green in the same pocket. Which way is he going to play it? No, he thinks it goes. This is where Paul Collier's got to have a
25.
eagle eye on this. But yeah, it looks close. Imagine though if John's playing it, he'll be all right. Yeah, he's fine. Oh my goodness, what a chance now.
Well, Stuart Bingham must be squirming in his seat. You saw there a little shake of the head.
$32.
He's played that absolutely perfect. Just on and off the cushion with a tracer right. Just to leave him off straight pink or half ball pink.
37.
It's all about line and length now.
The biggest shot of the match coming up. What do you go, 2 cushions or 1? Oh, the cue ball is going to be tight to the side cushion.
43.
Wow. For a 2-frame lead, or all square again. It's there, the master pickpocket does it again.
On the frame.
A clearance from the heavens. And it's a 2-frame lead going to the interval. John Higgins leads 11-9.
What a match. Well, Stuart Bingham fought back, winning the next 2 to level the scores. However, John Higgins edged himself in front. Again, he needs just 1 more frame for victory.
Thank you, frame 24. Stuart Bingham to break.
So Stuart Bingham breaks off then, having gone behind in this match for the 7th separate time, would you believe? Now then, possible long red for John. Just off straight on the right side. Looking to see what he's leaving. Nothing doing. The long game's not been on point this match. Can he find one when it really matters? No, that was tough though. Quite satisfied with the result. That's fine. Yeah, it's a 1 in 10 really, that shot.
What's he spotted? He's probably looking, I mean, just looking at that, it looks like a 5-ball plant. But he's probably just concentrating and hoping he doesn't knock one over the corner. Oh, and he looked at it and looked at it. Well, if you look at it, I mean, a 5-ball plant to play at this stage of a match, too risky.
Settle down, please.
Now, how did John get the cue ball out of this corner? Oh, he's got the gap. He's perfect. There's a little bit of good fortune in that, and John would appreciate that himself, but he cued it nicely, gave himself a chance. It was actually well controlled, albeit he found a fortunate little gap. Early days in this. There it is again. Just the gap, the impossible gap.
8.
I told you, there's always a gap.
Nine.
That's okay. He can cue through the gap.
16.
Comfortably get to this red. Touching ball, but as long as he doesn't disturb the red he's touching, he's playing away from it.
Sure. 17.
Now then, is it worth playing the cannon into the gap of the reds? There's one just immediately above the black that's available, but he's not ideal on the pink, so may decide that the cannon is the shot to play. Doesn't have to play it too hard. The reds are loose enough. Be unlucky not to be on one. He's got one.
23.
Because of the potting angle on the red, he's left himself a very tricky plaque. There's lots of pressure on this.
Oh, how well has he cued that? My goodness, that was so tough. Ooh. Here it is
31.
again. Bridging, played it positively, right in the heart of the pocket. You're loath to say it, at times like this, he's set fair to win frame and match, but he ain't no ordinary snooker player, this fella. There'll be a sense of urgency
32.
surging through the ice-cold veins. John Higgins right now. Just picking up the pace visually, you can see it running for the winning line almost.
39.
A little bit careless to leave himself slightly hampered by the red. But that's what he's done. but he's just about okay. He's got a red to the right centre. And he's just far enough away from the cushion he can stun back down the table for the black. He's looked to the one that's close to the left centre, but he can't get through to that. Digging in. We're right behind the shot. Never in doubt.
Now, this is a lovely little cannon to play on the pink. Doesn't have to play it. It just opens everything up. And I played the outside red. So 55 then. 3 more reds
55.
with high value colours. And he's in the quarterfinals.
$56.
He certainly is a remarkable talent, John Higgins. Okay, he's had a bit of help from Stuart Bingham. Stuart Bingham's had countless opportunities and missed when he was in, and John Higgins
62.
has had to make tremendous clearances, but that's what John Higgins does. He's relentless. And you just get the feeling that when the, well,
63.
I was going to say when the pressure comes on, that his cue ball control seems to get better, but I'll take that back because he's let that slip slightly. This to go 70 points in front. Still 75 remaining, and that's why he missed it. Because
John Higgins,
he
63.
let the cue ball run away, and he walks back to his seat in disgust. Can't believe. But it was the poor positional shot on the black that cost him. Didn't expect him to miss it, mind. But he should have been on it better.
Yeah, John might have to sit and suffer. If Stuart Bingham pots this red and promotes the one near the side cushion, he's trying to promote it and lay on the pink. Oh, he's missed the red. What's he left?
Well, that's the one thing he couldn't afford to do. John Higgins made the error, gave him a lifeline. He couldn't take it. And just stun this red in beyond the black. And John Higgins is in the quarter-final. Well, he's caught the black. But the pink's available. The pink will put him 70 points in front with 67 remaining.
There's potential match ball. And the Crucible crowd know. Puff of the cheeks from John.
7.
Looking for one more red just to put the tin lid on it. He's still thinking. What do I play here? Do I just hang off for another couple of shots? He's been doing that all evening. Not taking any risks if he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to here. But I think the lie of the land with the other reds dictates that he should be taking it on. And he is. Finishing like a champion. That he is. Puff of the cheeks again. He now knows he's going to be coming back here at 2:30 tomorrow to play Neil Robertson. Yeah, Stuart,
John Higgins,
can't
8.
blame him for carrying on. You only come to this tournament once a year. So it looks like now, though, that John Higgins will be in the quarterfinals tomorrow.
Well, John Higgins wraps up a 13-11 win over Stuart Bingham. What a tenacious performance from the 4-times winner, who is the last player through to the quarter-final of the World Snooker Championship. And this, in fact, will be his 50th Crucible quarter-final. He sets up a mouth-watering tie worthy of any final against Australia's Neil Robertson.
I should have been 11-9 behind, but I was 11-9 in front. But that's when the pressure starts to come on, because you think, right, you're near the winning line. And the next 2 frames I had 2 good chances, and I was just overhitting them. I was just bashing them. I wasn't queuing through them. But I still felt okay when it went 11 each. I'm thinking, right, best of 3 now, and I thought I played okay. Now under pressure, I missed a bad black at the end there. Now when it was looked as if I was going to win, but yeah, it's tough out there. Really tough when it goes close. Well, listen, if someone like Neil's still sitting on one, I think without a doubt he'll finish his career more than one. But it's tough. It's really tough out there. But we'll wait and see what happens. Hopefully he doesn't get to 2 this year.
Well, brilliant stuff there from John Higgins. And of course, as I just said, he faces Neil Robertson tomorrow. What a tie that is going to be. Kyron Wilson is into his 4th quarter-final and plays the man that knocked out defending champion Mark Williams. Ali Carter, well, he faces fellow qualifier Gary Wilson, and Stephen Maguire. Well, he's had some time to recover from that final frame decider against James Cahill. And the next challenge is Judd Trump. Well, that's it from us, I'm afraid. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Highlights Show. And Snooker Extra will follow, where you can see the deciding session between Ali Carter and Zhou Yulong. But it's not long until I'm back here in the morning at 10 o'clock, where you can see Kyron Wilson against Dave Gilbert. That will be on BBC Two. Ali Carter and Gary Wilson also starts at the same time, but that's on the red button. I'll be in the studio with Steve Davis. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Good night.
It's a big silver-coloured thing with the ears.
It's awesome. What? This is a nice piece of snooker history right here.
It's cool to see that all the names are...
Yes, since 26. Awesome.
I think in about 20 years they're going to have a problem.